Time for another
Hold
edition.
on a second, Corey. Another edition, and we're oceanfront, beachfront, whatever you want to say.
And so they were talking about keep them poor. And they tell us say this as rich is as rich does. So we're gonna talk about how you can experience things that people you think are rich are experiencing, even though you might not have the same bang, bang, bang in your bank account.
Corey, let's do a sound check because we're not usually streaming from the ocean. I don't know if you all can hear the waves. Let's be sure that everybody can hear us. So my Renaissance grandma, David Hunt, if you can hear us, if the sound is okay, please let us know. David Hunt says, we ain't trying to keep him poor. Absolutely. We have some fire tips for you today. And so, of course, we do have G. Albert in there in the house. So David Hunt says, we hear you. Okay, perfect. All right, y'all, let's get right into how you can easily afford it. Today's episode is all about
How you can afford to do things that you see people who you think are rich doing. If you should have a mindset of, hey, I can afford this. We're gonna give you some tips and some hacks on how you can afford to travel and experience some of the things that the other side experiences on a regular basis. On this episode of Blind Guy,
his wife.
Their Life, Their Lives.
So let's get right into it, y'all. This is a short episode because we got to finish enjoying ourselves. We do live in the Virginia Beach area, but we're not there right now. We've traveled out of town, so we're down south a bit. And here's the first way you can afford it. Easily afford it, okay? So for Audrey's Living Life, you probably know some of these things. You're an experienced person. Y'all, do your research. If you see someone else doing something, ask them how they did it, right? And if you don't know, just go to Groupon. There are lots of deals on Groupon. Go to Airbnb, actually read the reviews. People will tell you how they were able to afford the trip. They'll say, oh, we used this and this worked out. We've used all of these timeshares. We are timeshare owners, or have been. We've had actually 3 different timeshares over the years. And so, of course, we do have Mary Madi Poju. I know you're in California. I don't know if you use timeshares or have used timeshares. We've had 3 different timeshares in our past. And so, oh, there's a helicopter. Y'all, we have a helicopter ride later on today. So anyways, you can afford it, right? Though another way is timeshare presentations.
90 minutes of your time can get you 90 minutes of your time can actually get you thousands of dollars worth of vacation experience if you're just willing to spend that kind of time listening to the presentation. So it's all about leveraging all the resources that are around you in order to get those experiences that you want. And LaQuita, you have a philosophy of a personal goal of $500 vacation.
Yes, K Business Podcast. You're in the same situation as we are. We're not Nigerian like you and Mary Madi Poju, but y'all know I am an honorary Nigerian. But anyways, you're in the same situation, and so is Mary Madi Poju. Both of you have 3 children, and for us, we have a certain class we like to keep up. But I'm like Gina versus Gina. I like to budget $500 per vacation. That means if we are traveling for work, a lot of times we use government contracts to fund our travels.
We make the contract, we make our accommodations and per diem. We make that as part of our negotiation. That's part of the fee that they pay. So again, we can actually stay somewhere and not have to pay a dime or not have to pay the full price for the accommodations.
Yes, which means if last weekend, actually the last 2 weekends, because we never really talk, we hardly ever go live when we're out and about with our family. We do have a certain level of privacy that we like to use. And so right now, that's why we didn't tell you exactly where we are down south by the ocean front. This is the Atlantic Ocean, by the way. But the main thing is that $500, it's our goal with our family. We need family activities. We need upscale accommodations. So we are at a 5-star resort right now. The good thing is with the budget TWP popcorn, this is what's popping, right? You have to look at what other amenities do we receive. With this particular resort, we had a free trip to a go-kart experience yesterday. My youngest daughter, yes, she was driving like her mama. She was out there overtaking people, coming in first place, doing all of those good things, right? And it was free, totally free. We had access to bumper cars. We had access.
Any golf, all sorts of discounts at different restaurants we could go to. So a great way for us to have that $500 experience for this vacation, for this holiday.
Now, wait, let me say this because Kay is saying something important. He says, I almost got a timeshare. They gave us a free room to attend the meeting. But we didn't give in. Absolutely, don't give in. This is the way you use it. They always give you a free hotel room. You upgrade, spend a little bit extra, go up to your $500 max. That's how you get into the resort. So if you're going for a timeshare presentation, they almost always offer you one of their local hotels. Like we're at a Hilton property right now. Y'all know Hilton is the top of the line. So we're at Hilton property, but we said it's Christmas, it's the holidays, we have the time off, the children are out of school. So let's do it that way. And that is how, just by spending $500, we got so many other perks and amenities absolutely free. So this way, the activities in the game room was
absolutely free.
and keep in mind, y'all know Corey can't see, his eyes don't work. So me, I actually love to sit around outside of work and veg out. So I was able to do that and stay in the room while Corey did what?
I went downstairs to the activity room with the girls, and I actually showed my youngest two boys how to shoot food.
Hold up. You didn't tell me that part, because you know what? That's why we do like to cruise Trash Can Waves, because everything is right there. It's all included. But what was y'all doing last night?
Last night, the night before, I was teaching them how to shoot food. And I was pretty good at it. Actually, I was knocking them in left and right. So
Corey was driving yesterday at the go-kart track. I do have a video, but I can't show you right now.
And we they got to play the Xbox Unlimited. They got to play for an unlimited amount of time. They got to play the Wii for an unlimited amount of time. So that was, it's really cool having that freedom. That's why we go for certain things like cruises. You kind of get all inclusive and not have to leave the comfort of any type of your resort.
We have not found a cruise for $500, but that's our goal. The biggest thing here is mindset. Set your goal, put action behind it, do your research. Like I said, check out the reviews.
Talk to people that live in that area that you know.
Oh, that's what happened last year at the holidays. Oh, by the way, Kay is Nigerian K Business Podcast. You are one of us, Adenike. That's what he says. So yes, I am Nigerian. Miriam says, oh yeah, cruise gang. So she knows something about that. And so G. Albert, oh, this is a good one. So you're saying lots of PB&J? It depends on your budget. When the kids were younger, I used to definitely bring our food, and I always have a place like the place we have now with a kitchen, with laundry, because I don't like taking sand home and so we always launder before we leave. I like a place with a dishwasher so that even if I don't like to cook, when the kids were younger, I would cook, or I'd buy frozen things. This trip, we bought some frozen plant-based things. We microwaved them. I warmed some things up on the stove, but no PB&J either. But if your kids are older, we like to, at this point, they have choices that we allow them to exercise. So we've gone out to eat quite a few times, but that's all part of our budget. So I do have a $500 trip goal. I try to fit the food in there. And then I also have a additional $500 food and activity goal. And when a lot of things are included and the perks are free, then you don't have to worry so much about that. So Akaro is what Miriam Adepoju said. Akaro Baba means. She's saying that's a K Business podcast. And of course, he's laughing. K Business is. Now, David Hunt is in the house, and he is saying PB&J for the win. It's cool. We do like it. But when we are out here traveling, we can easily afford what we want, because we make sure that first of all, we have mindset. And then second of all, we are like the everyday life of an OCD chick. We do the research, right? Y'all know Nikki doesn't play. I'm sure Nikki is always making sure that she knows what she's getting into, how she's getting into it. So, Corey, where do we go from here? Because G. Albert is in Spain, and Gail at Night is up in the house saying we left her. Say that again.
Spain is Spain, Spain is Spain.
You know what? Gail at Night says we left her. Gail, you get flued out all the time and you don't take us. So we had to kind of try to keep up.
So the next thing you can do to make sure that you can afford and you can have that rich experience and the experience that you think the rich people are having, paying for, is actually just join the club. There are lots of credit cards out here where you get travel rewards or you get points per dollar. So when you're just paying for it, and I used to work in the credit card industry, I used to work in the bank, and when you got people
Hold up. Be careful on the Carnival cruise. They be fighting the trash can waves. You know what? You got to keep your mindset up, y'all. Don't go where people fight at. Don't go to the clubs. But I did see that video. Hey, G Mama Grows. Go ahead, Corey. Tell us about how we can join the club.
So apply for those credit cards that offer you points per dollar or some kind of travel rewards program with your card, because you can make payments for bills that you pay anyway with your cash out of your bank account. get the points, and then you're actually funding your next free experience. There's one gentleman that called in. He owned a business. He had one of those Visa old time Visa signature cards that earned you a point per dollar. So he was cashing in over 1,000,000 points. And I was like, how in the world? He said, yeah, really, buddy. He said, this is all my business expenses are going on this card. He said, I'm using all these points to give my employees a free cruise for their Christmas holiday. And that's exactly what he did. He's cashing his points and gave each person a free cruise for their holiday gift. So you can use points that way to have those rich experiences as well.
You know what? G. Albert is mentioning, speaking of joining clubs, we're at a Hilton property. Y'all, a lot of these clubs are free. Hilton Honors is a free club that you can join and just do it, right? Another free club that you can join, when we went to Great Wolf Lodge last year for Christmas, we had the cabin that we wanted. We had the loft. Before that, we always get a stylized cabin. We never just sleep in a two-bedder thing, because when we went the first time, they told us, join the club, it's free. We send you the discounts and the bonuses in the emails, which means all you have to do is book ahead of time. And I usually book last minute, honestly speaking, and we still almost always get whatever I'm looking for. And again, that's using the clubs that are already built into any travel place. Now, G. Albert is saying that when they go to their timeshare, they have grocery shopping on their to-do list, just like at home. That's a great way to do it as well, because you always have things that you want in your room, comfort foods and what have you, and there are almost always near you, like the Everyday Life of an OCD is Chick is saying, there are almost always quick grocery options there as well, because the grocery chains, they know to stay near their
resorts, hotels. People need things, and most hotels days have a marketplace of gift shopping.
Right. All right, Corey. So we told them they can easily afford it. We told them to join the club, but y'all, we're about to get out of here.
We got to tell you about one more thing. This one is our coffee club. Blind Guys Like Coffee Club. Now you get your membership so you can get access to caffeinated conversations with a deeper vibe. That means you will actually, when you buy your coffee, you'll get an exclusive link, exclusive access to deeper conversations, because you guys are there part of the home team. Yeah, a lot of you have great resources and opportunities for people to grow their nutritional health, their business resources, and their wealth. So we're going to just have a deep dive conversations behind the scenes that we can't get into in the live stream. So remember, join the club. Join our coffee club. Roll Java. Get your day rolling with Roll Java. Get your life rolling with Roll Java. They have caffeinated conversations with a deeper vibe. Get your life rolling. Right with Blind Guy,
his wife,
their life.
Now, GT Jr., thanks so much for that, Corey. GT Jr. grows in Alaska. I'm sorry to tease you this way. And I think it was GT Jr. or G. Albert. Somebody asked exactly where we are. We'll tell you when we get home exactly where we are. We told you we have a helicopter ride later. GT Jr. was saying that was cool about the go-karts place. It was great. There were several different things that were absolutely free with that wristband that we got just by doing this $500 vacation, being a Hilton Honors member, and using some of the tricks of the trade that we always use. Again, be like David Hunt. Go to the timeshare presentation.
Just like drugs, just say no.
Right. And upgrade from there. So we are about to say goodbye, but y'all know JBWR is in the place. You did not miss a JBWR, not like the lady that's missing her hair on your last video. Y'all, go check out JBWR's last episode. It's crazy how people blame other folks, for their stuff. He has done the research. We told you all, do your research, read reviews, see what other people are doing, actually have conversations, ask questions. People love answering questions. They love giving you information. JBWR has told us this morning about, he did a little bit of research. He told us about hair dyes. He told us about lye and relaxers. Y'all seen JBWR's hair? He doesn't use any of that stuff, and he's doing the research on it. Be like him. And of course, go check his video out. Now, Trash Can says this is the start of our travel blogs. Could be. I don't know. We'll see, right? All right, Corey. So how do we say goodbye today? Because we're almost at our 15-minute mark, and we are not at Daytona Beach. I will say that. And thank you, Gina versus Gina, saying have a great trip. Yes. And David Hunt is a Hilton member as well.
Get your travel on, man.
Yes. And y'all know JBWR is one of our wish list sponsors. And so definitely Gale at Night has put in his link to subscribe to him, definitely do that. And it was a great video, Gail. It was absolutely a great video. Corey, we can't say goodbye without saying goodbye to my Renaissance grandma and Barbara Bynum, because y'all know she's a business owner. We trying to be fancy like her. She says, I have not forgotten y'all. Enjoy. Oh, she's going to be sponsoring. See, y'all, when you sit by the beach, people just want to sponsor you. Anybody want to sponsor us? You know where to go. Join the club, and that way we can have those deeper conversations. And yes, we will be safe while we travel. How do we say deuces, Corey?
We're gonna say goodbye the same way we would say goodbye if we went to order some coffee and said all they did was PK. We would say deuces.
Deuces.